Are there any questions?
I have a question. Commissioner Michelle Spence-Jones, who put together this task force, has said that she'd allow this shantytown unless, in light of any other sort of more feasible solution. What's your more feasible solution?
I will yield to Mr. David Raymond, who is a part of the Homeless Trust and a part of the task force. He can answer that question.
If I may, we have already placed 29 residents out of Mojo for the last several months, working with Max and with the residents here. Last night, since the fire, I believe we placed about another 17. We have a continuum of care in our homeless system, ranging from emergency to transitional housing, which offers treatment, substance abuse, mental health programs, other types of programming, and permanent housing. Some of the residents here have, in fact, been placed into permanent housing, and we will continue to. So far we've placed 46 people. We have outreach teams out here now. They'll be here throughout the day. We intend to continue to offer services to anyone who is in need and willing to accept those services, and we are here for the duration.
Mr. Max Rubio has been you guys
I haven't personally spoken to Max about rebuilding.
I have. Yes. We cannot, based upon what has occurred even just last night or early this morning, support the effort to rebuild structures that are demonstrated. I mean, we don't even have to look any further. It is only by the grace of God. We support what Max Ramo has done. We support the fact that he has highlighted in a very profound manner the housing crisis and the House of Lies fiasco here in Miami-Dade County, but we cannot do it on the backs of homeless people and poor people. We must find better solutions. We have Mr. David Raymond here, who's offering services. We have Pastor Vincent Spann, Pastor Spann, who has a building that he says he's prepared right now to take as many people who would seek housing. There are other agencies that have come out on a regular basis. So we cannot, in good conscience, we cannot do that. It would be irresponsible to do such a thing. We commend Mr. Ramo. We commend the Umoja Village. We support. Many of us stood toe-to-toe, shoulder-to-shoulder, when there was a talk about physically removing the residents when this initiative first started. However, in light of the health, safety, and the physical danger of the welfare or well-being of the residents and the people of District 5, we cannot in good conscience support a rebuilding effort without the proper code designations. That's why we have code enforcement. That's why you have zoning and building and planning, because things have to be done in that way. It is only, again, I want to reiterate, by the grace of God. You can see the debris. There were children here, there were women here, there were men here, and we're just grateful. We support them, we stand ready to assist them in any way, shape, or form, but there has to be enforcement. That's why laws are enacted in our great country for control and for government. So we have to support that. We have to.
Reverend Dunn, are you aware that you consulted, or your task force consulted with Max Ramo or the residents? And how do you respond to the fact that the residents feel that they want to rebuild in a safe way, but they feel that self-determination is a main issue, and the residents who built the Moja Village, who you praise, are the ones that should determine what happens on this land? How do y'all address that fundamental contradiction that seems to be present today, that the residents themselves were not consulted, and their position is that self-determination is the main issue, that they should determine what happens on this land, and everyone's in unity that should be safe structures and new structures? They have visions for that. Why are they not consulted, and where are any residents part of the task force?
Well, in response to the question, and certainly it's a good question, and we support, again, we support the initiatives of Umoja Village, but we cannot in good conscience support the rebuilding, because God's grace
have you seen their plan for rebuilding? It doesn't.
It doesn't. If it does not meet.
Have you heard about Yerke Chant? They have a whole vision for a new village. If you haven't seen it, I'll suggest you sit down and meet with Max and the residents to see what their vision is for a new, safe Umoja Village?
After this property is secured,
You agree to consult with them first
after the
before you
property,
take your position.
can I respond? After this property is secured and the property authorities have done what is necessary, we'll be willing to sit down and talk to anyone.